Good morning, good morning. This is Dick Dorwald. The show is High Desert AM, and I can't believe how excited everybody is around here today. Well, because Richard Webb is here. Okay, blank stares at me from all over. But if I say, Captain Midnight, then you know who I'm talking about. That's right. A Secret Squadron and Ovaltine and Kicks and the whole business. It's not often that we take a whole show with a single guest. Every once in a while we do that. It's also not often, see, I had it all planned today that I was going to get on my smokers' rights soapbox, but I'm not going to do it because we're all excited about Captain Midnight, and he was here signing autographs, and it's going to be just a terrific show. You're going to enjoy it very, very much. So hang in there. Captain Midnight, Richard Webb, and a really neat show today on High Desert AM. We'll be right back.
Whether you play golf every day or you're just a beginner, you need to come and see us at Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis. You're dealing with professionals. We fit you to your clubs. In our hitting area, we electronically evaluate your swing, and prices at Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis are the best. Golf sets from $129.99. Get with the Golf Pros at Las Vegas Discount Golf and Tennis.
Hello, I'm George Suter, owner of Suter's in Barstow. Since the beginning, my family and I have worked hard to ensure your satisfaction. And for your convenience, our parts and service is open on Saturdays and sales 7 days a week. And we're making some of the best deals in the high desert on new Fords, Lincolns, Mercurys, and Nissans. When you're in the market for that new car or truck, come see us.
Rex here again with another word on car rentals. Now, next time your car is in for repairs, why not rent? Because at Rent-A-Wreck, we have a wide range of reliable cars, trucks, and vans. Your choice from racy to ritzy, new or used, all at extremely low rates. So, do give Rent-A-Wreck a ring. Rent-A-Wreck. Smart idea, eh? For me?
Welcome to Imperial Dynasty and our fine Szechuan and Cantonese cuisine.
The Imperial Dynasty has a delicate Eastern ambience, a fine accompaniment to a pleasant companion. Wonderful food, served in a charming manner unmistakably Oriental.
We're sure you'll enjoy our food, our service, and our prices.
Have lunch or dinner with us soon at Imperial Dynasty.
On a mountaintop high above a large city stands the headquarters of a man devoted to the cause of freedom and justice. A war hero who has never stopped fighting against his country's enemies. A private citizen who is dedicating his life to the struggle against evil men everywhere. Captain Midnight.
And there he is, Captain Midnight. My goodness, right here in Little Frog Studios today. Richard Webb, so glad to have you with us.
I'm just delighted to be here.
And I'll tell you what, you look great today. How long ago was it you were doing these shows?
1956, 54 through 57.
Yeah. Now, back east, when I was a kid, I saw the radio, listened to the radio shows, but you didn't have anything to do with that.
I had never heard of Captain Midnight. I was walking down Columbia Lot one day, and I fell in step with Harry Cohen, the head of the studio. I cannot use the dialogue that he used.
Yeah, this is a family show here.
But he said, go down and crawl through the fence, the hole in the fence, and he said, there's an apartment building on the other side of the street. They call themselves Screen Gems. And I said, what is it about? He said, I don't know what it's about. Dialogue deleted. But I went down and crawled through the fence, went over to the apartment building. The secretary was by herself in the office there. So I said, what is this part? She said, it's Captain Midnight. I said, what is that? She said, well, she told me as much as she could about it. And then she said, he's only 30 years old. And I said, well, God will forgive me. And finally I went in. There were 6 men in the office there. One of them was looking at me very, very intently. And finally he said, Mr. Webb, how old are you? I said, I'm 31. He said, well, that's all. And they all quieted him down.
It's interesting that that really seemed to make a difference, huh?
1 year to him made a big difference. So about 6 weeks later, we had about 5 shows in the can. He was on the set one day, and I had been working very hard, and I was sitting talking to him. I forgot. And I said, now that I'm a major in the Army Reserve, and he said, Webb, how old are you? I said, I'm 38.
Had to tell your commander the truth, eh?
I had to tell him the truth then.
It's great to have you up here in the desert, really is. And this is going to be some kind of a trip into nostalgia today with Captain Midnight, and we appreciate Eddie Fontaine bringing you up here and sharing you with us.
Thank you very much.
We've got to, now Captain Midnight wasn't the only thing you did. For instance,
I did 60 motion pictures, 240 television shows.
Including Star Trek. Can we get in a little tighter on this picture? Here you are with a really neat haircut, Dick. What was this occasion here?
That was, what was this?
A Yankee.
Connecticut Yankee.
Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. There's Bing Crosby, Rhonda Fleming, and me.
Yes, and nice hair.
Nice hair.
Really nice hair. So you're most well known for Captain Midnight, but you were an actor too, and other stuff. Okay, all right. Now here's the classic Captain Midnight picture. The jacket. Have you still got the jacket?
No, this is Border Patrol.
Is it?
Yeah.
Second series.
Second series that I did after Captain Midnight.
All right.
Following Captain Midnight.
You haven't changed much, Dick. You still look great. The other thing I have to comment on, you continue to have this wonderful, resonant voice. Do you do anything with that now?
No. No.
No kidding, because it'd be wonderful for voiceovers and this kind of thing. You have this wonderful... Yeah. Yeah.
I've never done anything with it.
That's interesting.
I went to writing books.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Tell us about your books.
Look at this.
Who are these people?
This is Alan Ladd, me, Rhonda Fleming, Geraldine Fitzgerald, Pat Knowles, and what was the other fellow's name?
What's the occasion here?
That was the occasion of the OSS, where I had to beat up on Alan Ladd.
Oh, I see.
That was 4 days after I got out of World War II. I was a captain.
All right, now here is a very youthful Ronald Reagan. What was the occasion here?
This was Variety Girl out at Warner Brothers. They had put me under contract, and I was going around meeting people. So I was talking to Ronald one day, and the guy came by and he shot a couple of pictures. And he said, "You want this?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take it." And I put it away. And when Ronald became governor, I took it out again. And I put a little sign on it, before either one of them were. And then when he became president, I said, Captain Midnight and President Ronald Reagan before either one of them were.
Oh, okay, now
There's Captain Midnight.
There's Captain Midnight, okay. And here's the jacket and everything. Tell us about the jacket, Dick.
Well, the jacket, it depends on, I have 4 grandchildren. And I thought, well, when I had 1 grandchild, I thought, well, I'll give it to that grandchild. Then I had 2, and I thought, well, I'll cut it. Then I had 3, and I thought, I'm getting into a little bit different thing now. When I had 4, I just said, well, I think maybe, and I used to tell the kids, I think I'll give it to the Smithsonian Institution. By golly, the Smithsonian called me one day, and they said, would you bring, I said, would I do what? They said, would you bring the jacket and the scarf and et cetera, and all your memorabilia down to Washington, D.C. and present it to the Smithsonian.
That's neat. That must give you a good feeling that you had made a real contribution to your craft.
It does.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. We're going to look at some footage from Captain Midnight of years and years ago. Our engineer, Steve Grimm, went through and picked out some really nice pieces of footage. But we got to take a commercial break here first. We'll be right back with Richard Webb. Captain Midnight.
You get great Mexican food at Ramiro's, 7th Street in Victorville. The sumptuous meals are made even better with the friendly, gracious service. Food that you're sure was created south of the border. Sundays are special at Ramiro's with an all-you-can-eat champagne brunch. Lunch and dinner specials every day, too. So next time you go Mexican, make it Ramiro's, 7th Street, Victorville.
A lot of people do this all the time. Don't you know that when you throw away aluminum cans and other recyclables, you're throwing away money? Hesperia Recycling Center will pay you for recyclables, including beverage cans, newspapers, cardboard, brass, copper, old batteries, plastic, and iron. And you get the best prices in the high desert. Take your recyclables to Hesperia Recycling Center. Help keep the desert clean and get paid to do it at Hesperia Recycling Center, G Avenue in Hesperia.
For over 30 years, Midway Appliance has been successfully selling and servicing the folks of the high desert. Why? Because we offer good prices and value. Whirlpool washers as low as $279. Whirlpool dryers as low as $249. And we're really proud of this designer style Whirlpool refrigerator with crushed ice. Now save over $200. At Midway Appliance, we have guaranteed lowest prices. We'll meet or beat any deal in Southern California.
At Fleet Auto, we understand about families, and we understand about family budgets. At Fleet Auto, we understand your fear in buying a used car. That's why we have a warranty at no cost to you. All of our 5-star quality used cars are warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. What other used car dealer can say that? You can have confidence in a Fleet used car.
All right, we're back with Richard Webb, Captain and I just can't say that right, Dick.
Captain Midnight.
There, I just somehow can't say it like it's supposed to be said. Of course, in your career as Captain Midnight and as an actor, you have a lot of anecdotes. One that tickles me especially is the one with Ronald Reagan, who outranked you.
Yes, Ronald Reagan was...
And he let you know that he outranked you.
Well, I'll tell you, Bill Holden and I were both detailed to go out to the 462nd Motion Picture Unit out in Culver City. We showed up, and we were told to go up and talk to the captain. We went up, knocked on... We were second lieutenants. We knocked on the door, and we walked in, snapped our heels, blew a salute. The captain got up, walked around the office, told us the entire mission of the Air Force, the entire mission of this great 442nd Motion Picture Unit. He said, came back to his desk 30 minutes later and said, "Are there any questions, gentlemen?" We said, "No, sir. That'll be all." We turned around and got out in the hall, and Bill Holden said, "That SOB." That was Captain Ronald Reagan.
I'll be doggone. All the Democrats looking on will appreciate that, right. I'm sure. To know that he was an SOB when he was a captain. Was he in the reserves, I guess?
He was in the reserves, yes, yeah. But he was on active duty then. That was during the war.
Okay, now we got to look at this. Our engineer, Steve Grimm, put together some excerpts from one of the old Captain Midnight shows.
Okay.
And we're going to look at that now. And then have a few comments on it afterwards.
All right.
Hickey, I know. Warm up the Silver Dart. Roger. Hickey? As long as you're flying low for a look at the country, I thought I'd keep the omni counter tuned up in case we pass over one of those old Spanish treasures.
We don't know what the range of it is yet, but there's nothing like being prepared.
What do you think?
I think we ought to go down there and take a look around. Take over. Calling Secret Squadron headquarters. This is SQ-1 calling headquarters. Come in, SQ-3.
This is SQ-3. Go ahead.
Give me the name of a Secret Squadron member living in or around Sandstone, New Mexico. His
just a few miles from the border.
Right, hold on. Jimmy Sawyer, SQ-248, age 15, lives on the Running W Ranch, 10 miles south-southwest of Sandstone, New Mexico.
Thanks, Tud. Changing course for the Running W Ranch. Out. Calling SQ-248. Calling SQ-248.
This is SQ-248. Come in, please.
This is SQ-1 calling from the Silver Dart.
SQ-1?
And SQ-2. We are approaching from south-southwest. Where can we land?
There's a big level stretch of field just north of here. You can't miss it.
Can you meet us?
Yes, sir.
Will you? This isn't mine.
Thanks, Captain Midnight. Thanks a lot.
No thanks necessary. You earned it. And what's more, the sheriff has agreed to take over your guardianship.
Gee, that's swell. Maybe you can come back again soon for a real wild horse roundup.
Maybe we will. And take Icky for riding the buckboard.
No, thanks. The only riding I'll do from now on is in the Silver Dart. Side saddle.
All right. Listen, that is marvelous, marvelous stuff. Those are some excerpts from some footage from Richard Webb's activities back in the 50s.
Activities as Captain Midnight.
Yeah, marvelous. Just marvelous. The acting style, was that the style, or, you know, just ever so slightly overdone, like Batman of another era? Was that because it was kids mostly, or it was just the style of the era?
It was just the style of the era. Everything was open and above board.
And just slightly overdone.
I never heard it called slightly overdone before.
But it's not quite natural, is what I'm saying. But it's just, I'm getting such a big kick out of this footage that we're seeing, and we're gonna see some Ovaltine commercials and stuff like that. But first, we gotta take. I'm gonna ask you, and you better have the right answer ready. I'm gonna ask you when we come back, how you like Ovaltine, and Captain Midnight better tell the truth. Let me tell you.
All right.
All right. We'll be back after this.
It's Captain Midnight! Brought to you by Ovaltine. Chocolate-flavored Ovaltine. Delicious, nutritious, instant Ovaltine. The fortified food drink that tops them all.
Now for a visit to the Secret Squadron Hall of Fame.
Gee, the Secret Squadron Hall of Fame.
Yes, Jack, and every one of these great athletes is a member of the Secret Squadron. For example, Crazy Legs Hirsch, one of football's all-time greats. And Florence Chadwick, world-famous English Channel swimmer. And here is Duke Snider. His 4 home runs during the 1955 World Series led the Brooklyn Dodgers to their first World Championship. Let's join Duke in the clubhouse. Duke, what do you do to keep yourself in top condition?
Well, Captain Midnight, I get plenty of sleep, exercise, and the right kind of foods. And I drink chocolate-flavored Ovaltine. Remember, I said Ovaltine, not one of those imitation milk flavorings, or the other kind with just a few vitamins.
That's right, Duke. Ovaltine's got what it takes. 27 vitamins, minerals, and other essential food elements that make Ovaltine such a rich source of nourishment.
And Ovaltine tastes good, too.
Right again, Duke. Boys and girls, drink your Ovaltine every day, just as Duke Snider says. Get chocolate-flavored Ovaltine. Attention all Secret Squadron members and fighters for justice everywhere. A friend of mine discovered the location of a satellite moon close enough to Earth to be used as a military space station. But before he could reveal his discovery to our government, he was murdered. Our next mission is to find his murderer and the secret of the lost moon. We'll rendezvous here at headquarters. This is Captain Midnight signing off with the code of the secret squadron. Justice through strength and courage. Out.
Captain Midnight was brought to you by Kix, the crispy corn cereal. Kix, real food for action. Listen again next week to Captain Midnight.
Boy, you had a lot of sell. I mean, you could sell that stuff. And I bet you ate Kix and Wheaties and Ovaltine. Tell me, did you like Ovaltine, really?
Yes, I did like Ovaltine.
You know, I tried it. Never did really like it. I didn't dislike it, you know, but you had to buy it because you had to send the label or something in for the secret squadron.
That's
thing.
right.
Listen, I meant to ask you, how come I never got mine?
I never got your request.
You're putting me on.
No, I'm not putting you on.
Dick, this has been just marvelous, this whole experience with Captain Midnight. What are you doing these days?
Well, I've just written a book, Captain Midnight. 498 pages of the book, Captain Midnight.
Anecdotes about the part in the series and this kind of thing?
I have Olin Soule is in it, and Sid Melton. I have 3 parts to the book, 4 parts, because the first part is the radio days. And then
Right.
498 pages of Captain Midnight.
That's neat. Icky, what, you know, that's a familiar face. He had a lot of other parts and other stuff.
He's just like me. He's done a lot of other parts.
That's a very familiar. Who is that really?
Sid Melton.
Okay, done a lot of stuff. Seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
he was in the Phil Silvers series
He
or
was,
something like
yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Marvelous. So the book is out. Is it published?
No, it's not published yet. My agent has it on the market, but it's not published yet.
I'll tell you what, all of us who are in our 40s, 50s, and 60s are going to want the book.
Okay.
It's marvelous. I can't believe that some publisher won't pick that up and go with it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, listen, it's marvelous. We got to do this again sometime.
Okay, anytime you want.
Because this footage, and I know the viewers have really enjoyed this trip into nostalgia that we've had during this half hour today.
All right.
People are going to want to know where you live now, this kind of thing.
I live in Van Nuys. That's it.
All kinds of retired people that I know live down
That's
the
what I
valley.
understand. All kinds of retired people.
We have
who
some
live
very good friends that live in Van Nuys.
The guy right next door to me is one of the head newscasters for CBS.
It's a neat area.
Neat area,
to live in. No smog there.
Yes, there is. There's smog.
Really?
There's smog all over the LA area.
No kidding. They must. The people, our friends who live in Van Nuys say there's no smog there. They're lying, right?
I would say very calmly, they're lying.
We've got to do this again sometime. This has been a marvelous experience, and lots of luck to you. And the book, Dick.
The book.
The book.
The Captain
Yes,
Midnight book.
Captain Midnight, the book.
It will
That's
be
right.
published by that time. I
Terrific.
hope it's published by Christmas.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Midnight, Richard Webb has been our guest today, and lots of luck to you.
It's Captain Midnight.
That's how you say it. I'll never get it, Captain Midnight. Nice to have you with us.
Nice to be here.
We'll be back to tell you what's happening on tomorrow's show after this.
Here at National Mill Outlet, we feel that advertising price per square yard is misleading and confusing. For instance, this will carpet almost any size bedroom and will cost you only $99. And what about carpet in full rolls? Cost for an average bedroom using the Saxony plush at National Mill Outlet would be $140. Anywhere else would be $240 or more. Come see us at National Mill Outlet. We are the high desert supplier of high quality, low cost floor covering.
I know that you buy most of your meat at supermarkets now, but it'll be worth your while to shop with us at Overland Meat Company in Apple Valley. All Overland meat is of the highest USDA grade, and you'll notice that our meat pack prices are very, very good. And for your money-saving convenience, a side of beef from Overland Meat will last an average family a year. And when you're in Apple Valley, check out our deli, catering service, and imported beer.
Overland Meat Company, Highway 18 in Apple Valley.
Well, here in the Lucerne Valley, there's a great place to go. Linda's little mule lip, come out and see the show. With friendly folks to serve you in a country atmosphere. If you like to dance and have a good time, can't do better than here.
That's Linda's Little Mule Lip Saloon in Lucerne Valley. Live country music every Friday and Saturday night starts at 9 o'clock.
Well, what a flight into the past today with Captain Midnight. Just a wonderful show with Richard Webb. He's a delightful person. I'm hoping he'll come back to the desert soon and we'll do another show with him. Just great, and I hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. Now, tomorrow, my brother-in-law is going to be here. From the sublime to the ridiculous, right? Well, my brother-in-law is going to be here by virtue of the fact that he's a gun and knife collector. And you'll see some very fine works of art tomorrow. Also, as always, on Friday, we'll have our people from the San Bernardino San Bernardino Community Hospital with some special things for the handicapped. So it'll be a neat show tomorrow. We'll see you then. But for right now, this is Dick Dorwald for High Desert AM, out.